Alright, so this is the disc, right? The tool post can't come anymore this way. Something like this, right? So this closer here, so there must be enough meat here. If I say guys, I mean ladies and gentlemen. Marked it out on the piece of sheet. I'm gonna use 15 more. Okay, so as you can see, I'm gonna cut this off here. So it's not like a machine edge, so I'll probably just dress this up here with a grinder. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and to another video. I hope you got your popcorn ready, because my friend and I will be entertaining you through most of this video. Enjoy. So this is going to be the general plan for this tool holder. All right, so this is the disc, right? Let's say this is the disc. So that's the disc in the chuck. This side here, you'll have this is the tool post here now. Let's say this is a tool post here. Okay, that's a tool post. This is the gap, this is the bed, which will stop around about there. So we can't go any closer. And that's about 50 millimeter in there. Okay, so and obviously, like I explained earlier, the issue is that the tool post can't come anymore this way. It's on its maximum travel, and I still can't get behind here. So ideally I want to put ideally, like I explained, I would want a tool to sit over there. All right, so the basic plan that I have, the basic outlay for this tool holder will be something like this, right? So here, this will come down here, down there, something like that. I plan to have an overlay here of maybe 10 to 15 millimeter, 10 to 15 millimeter, like this section here. I plan to have this overlay here, 10 to 15 millimeter. In other words, the tool will come out here somewhere. I think the idea behind it is to have the tool clamped more inside here, at least have two grub screws holding the tool here, instead of this sticking out too far, and then you might get like a chatter, you know, like a vibration. So that's the plan. That might change as we go along, but I mean, with the steel now, it's almost like a cut is a move, so I got to kind of get it right the first time, although there is still a gap for little errors. Right, so my plan is then to have 10 to 15 millimeter over the disc. All right, and then I plan to come out this way. Enough meat for the tool itself. So I plan to come out. Let's make that red. Let's make that color red quickly, just to have just to show different colors. I'll put all the dimensions in red. So this 10 to 15 millimeter there. The red isn't looking too good. Might be a bad idea, because I think this nib has been vandalized, so it's quite flat. So let's leave this red story, but if you follow, I'm sure you'll know what I'm getting at. So let's keep it to this. This is a nice fine tip, which is quite lacquer. It's quite nice. Okay, 10 to 15 millimeter. Then I plan to come out this way. This here will be about 45 millimeter, the section here. 45 millimeter there. So it must be a big enough cutaway here, because when I feed in that way, this will obviously get closer here, so there must be enough meat here. At least the length of the break-in area plus 10 or so millimeters. At least this length of this break-in area plus 10. So this is going to be about 60 millimeters here. This gap between here, between the break disc and that back section there, it's going to be about 60 millimeters, this section here. Okay, I know there's going to be a lot of lines when I'm finished here, but I'm sure if you follow, you'll know what's going on here. This is going to come down here like that. So then this is going to come across here, and I'm going to also give this side of the disc about 10 to 15 millimeter gap here. It'll more likely be 10. 15 is a little bit big, so it'll more likely be 10. So I'm just going to wipe this out here now to cause any confusion, because that section that I wiped out now was just to illustrate the bed. You know, the bed that will travel that way. So then this will come up here now next to the disc, like that. And then this gap here is the 10 to 15 millimeter there. And then this will go into the tool post holder here. Obviously here we have the clamping bolts here in the tool post holder, like that. That will go into the tool post holder there. This now I'll just draw some dotted lines to show how it will be sitting. So it will be like that in there, and then it will come this way here and up there. So the idea is to clamp as much of this tool of the tool holder as possible. So I'm planning on clamping at least on 3, 6, 7 spots. And this tool post holder is 80 millimeters. 80 millimeters square. Okay, so then this is going to go like that in there, and then I'm going to come flush out here. Okay, let's just draw this over. This is not looking so lacquer. This is too small. Let's just do this bigger. That's the tool post holder like that. Okay, the scale was a little bit out, so that's the tool post holder. There's the grub screws that will hold it. This is the inside here now for the grub screws that will hold it. Then this will come out here like that. Then I plan to go diagonal across like that, instead of having a whole plate here. You know, that's just how to reduce the weight a little bit. So I plan to come diagonally out there, and then this way, like that. So the tool post holder will be something like this here. And then this is the section in here. If I must take that tool post holder out, then that section will actually look something like that. So that section will be like that. The tool will obviously sit inside here, with the grub screws holding it there, and then this will be all secured. There will just be a slot inside there. So if you look at this tool post holder from the side, if you look at it like from this side here, you'll probably see you'll probably see 3 layers like that on top of each other, and there'll be a layer at the bottom like that. And because this will be the cavity for the tool itself in there. And then I plan to gusset it. I plan to put a gusset in something like that in front here. I plan to put a gusset here like that, and I plan to put a gusset at the back also, like on the side of it. Now I must draw it on the side. That's that section. This is the tool inside there. That's the tool. That's the bottom section of the holder. This is now the tool inside the holder. This is the grub screws and stuff holding the tool. And I plan to put a little gusset in this side as well, because remember, this is now the side view, so you'll be like a gusset in here. It'll be probably like that. And I plan to gusset, so I plan to have like 2 gussets. You know, I'll plan to have 2 gussets in the holder like that. You know, something to that effect. That is purely just to make it more stable, to eliminate any type of vibrations here. Although it's going to be a slow feed, and a very little meat being grinded off here. I mean, when you grinded this, you must take the least off as possible just to get the area parallel again. So that's the idea behind this whole tool post thing. So as we go along, I think for those that may be a little bit confused because I've been blabbering quite a bit, I'm sure you'll get the picture as I go along. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, guys. If I say guys, I mean ladies and gentlemen, for those that who are offended. But I'll say guys because I mean the ladies as well, obviously. Okay, so this was my drawing now on the board. Alright, so I marked it out. Marked it out on the piece of sheet I'm going to use 15 mil by 200 by 150. This is the brake disc. This area here is the tool post holder. This is where the bolts are going to come down to hold this. So this is going to be cut out. This area here is going to be cut out so that this can hug the tool post holder. This area here, all along here, this side here, in here, all this here is going to come out. All of this is going to come out. This is just for me to illustrate to you guys that this is how the brake disc is sitting at present now in relation to the tool post holder. So I thought I'll just draw the brake disc just to show you how it's sitting in relation to the tool post holder right now. So I'm going to cut out all of these things here, all this out here. Probably put it on my milling machine as well just to get some good edges. I will use a grind or something. I'm not in the position to have where I'm fortunate enough to have a plasma cutter or a form of cutter. So I'll just use my grinder to get most of it out, and then I'll neaten it on the milling machine, get a nice edge on the milling machine, and then yeah, we'll see what happens next. Okay, so as you can see, I already cut this off here. I cut in there with a grinder, cut in there, cut in there. So now I mounted it in my milling machine, and I'm going to mill that out and mill this out. Okay, let's see how it goes. I took the job out of the milling machine. This is the section that I machined out. That's where I cut it. And they have these edges here. These aren't exactly like parallel to this machined edge here, because these are just cut with the grinder. This here, mold that there. But I'm not going to be too concerned about this. You know, this is just the clearance. That's just clearance for the brake disc here, you know. So it's not like a machined edge, so I'll probably just dress this up here with a grinder around these edges of a little bit, you know, the sharp edges here. So okay, I'm not going to show around that edge off there, because that's where the tool is going to be resting over there, the cutting tool. This I'll just round off a little bit here with a grinder, you know, all these sharp edges, so it doesn't cut me or anything like that. So I'm going to put this section now in the machine, and I'm going to mold this section here, and then I'm going to fit this into the tool post and see how snug it is, if it must be machined a bit more, because it's not exactly on the line here. So then I'll either grind it or something, because this also doesn't have to fit perfect on the tool post. It's just to be able to snug around the tool post, which will be sitting in here, so I could clamp down onto this area here. So yeah, let's stick it in the milling machine and start milling this section. Okay guys, I'm ending this video here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers for now.
Can anybody out there hear me?